Don't wanna do it for the fame. Just want people to put respect on my name. Cause after all, I'm a queen. And if you read your Bible, you gon' see me. If you do what they like, they say I love you a lot. But once you decide to start stepping out the box, they start acting strange. But I can't even throw the blame, cause I do too. We are not the same, I have my own name. I stay in my lane, no intention to change. I'm too complex for simple. I wasn't painted with a stencil. I'm peculiar people. I'm peculiar people. Received a prophecy from Lady Tony. Since I was little, I remember what she told me. I've been running after ever since. Still don't let nobody tell me different. I got visions and dreams, only me and God know. And if I wanna see them, I gotta go for broke. So if you see me doing something you don't understand, just know I got my reasons and you should not judge me, man. We are not the same, I have my own name. I stay in my lane, no intention to change. I'm too complex for simple. I wasn't painted with a stencil. I'm peculiar people. I'm peculiar people. Don't wanna do it for the fame. Just want people to put respect on my name. Cause after all, I'm a queen. And if you read your Bible, you gon' see me. If you do what they like, they say I love you a lot. But once you decide to start stepping out the box, they start acting strange. But I can't even throw the blame, cause I do too. We are not the same, I have my own name. I stay in my lane, no intention to change. I'm too complex for simple. I wasn't painted with a stencil. I'm peculiar people. I'm peculiar people. Received a prophecy from Lady Tony. Since I was little, I remember what she told me. I've been running after ever since. Still don't let nobody tell me different. I got visions and dreams, only me and God know. And if I wanna see them, I gotta go for broke. So if you see me doing something you don't understand, just know I got my reasons and you should not judge me, man. We are not the same, I have my own name. I stay in my lane, no intention to change. I'm too complex for simple. I wasn't painted with a stencil. I'm peculiar people. I'm peculiar people.
Yo, good evening, good evening, good evening. Good people, good people. It is good to see everybody. It's good that everybody's tuning in. Go ahead and let me know that you are on. Let me know that you are on. Let me know where you are viewing from. Let me know where you are viewing from. And to go ahead and share this, y'all. Share it. Tonight is going to be dope. We're in this conversation. Fix my camera. Oh, yeah. That's a little better. I feel like I'm not looking up at y'all no more. But we're in this conversation on the dating pool. Last week was pretty dope. This week is going to be dope as well. Now, I want you guys to get in tune. Get in tune. This is not just for people who are dating or who are single. This conversation in its entirety is for everybody. Single people, dating people, married people, engaged people, divorced people. However you want to look at it, we are looking at relationships as a whole. So I want you guys to share this, that other people may be able to benefit from what we are discussing via this specific platform. I'm thankful. Big shout out to my good sis Candace Moore for that tune, Peculiar People. I love it. She has this line in there. She says, what does she say? She says, I wrote it down. Let me read it real quick. I love it. I just don't want to mess it up. She says, so if you see me doing something you don't understand, just know I got my reasons and you should not judge me, man. Literally, when I heard that, I was like, ooh, bars. It just reminded me of that GIF where the guy has the headphone in his ear. He's like, whoo, and the headphone is smoking. It literally reminds me of that. When I heard that. No, but big shout out to my good sis Candace Moore, man, for that song Peculiar People. It is available everywhere music is sold. Your digital platforms, it is available. And I want you guys to go ahead and grab it. That you may be able to benefit from this great music, man. It's some dope people doing some dope things out there, and I just want you guys to be able to benefit from it. All right, benefit from it. Share this once again. Share it. As a matter of fact, let me share it. I don't think I did. It. Let me go ahead and share it. Almost. Booyah! It is share. I can't ask you guys to do something that I'm not willing to do, right? So, yes, I'm grateful to be able to talk to you guys. Thank you guys for being so consistent in your viewing. So we started this conversation on the dating pool last week, and it was crazy dope. But I have this question for you guys, and I want you guys to be honest, right? Put your answers in the chat. And I'll give you 2 minutes to answer this specific question. All right, 2 minutes to answer this specific question pertaining to tonight's conversation. You ready for it? Here we go.
Tracker, you slaying they head.
All right. All right. Does love scare you? Does love scare you? And I asked this question last week, and I got some pretty interesting answers. Some yes, some no. And it was very, very interesting when this question came to my mind because I had to ask myself this: a person who is about to be, married and engaged, and an individual who has had their share of disappointments, if you will, not even just in like a spousal relationship, but just in relationships and connections and networks, right? And this conversation that's built upon relationships, talking about the dating pool, talking about different aspects of relationships and dating. It is very important that we understand that love can come in so many different shapes, so many different sizes, so many different variables, right? Love is built, or love can come in so many packages, right? It's not just a spousal love. It's not just a love between siblings or a love between friends. It's all types of love. But there are many of us who happen to be scared of loving people. Scared of loving people. And when we love people, sometimes it puts us in this vulnerable state because, as Nay said, sometimes you don't get it back. Sometimes you don't receive the same effort. And tonight we'll talk about effort. Sometimes you don't receive the same effort in that specific network or connection that you're looking for. You don't receive the same effort, and you've been let down. You've been disappointed, and you felt as if I never want to love again because people will never give me back to me. Right. And so tonight we're gonna stay in this dating pool scene. And I believe there are two major areas when it comes to the dating pool and when it comes to relationships. I believe there are two major areas that we as people have to consider when we are in this dating pool, right? When we are in this dating pool, I believe it's two major areas that we as people must consider. The first area being effort, and the second area being environment. It is important that we consider effort and environment when it comes to relationships, because one, we have to see the effort that we're giving, and two, we have to be able to discern whether the effort that the other individual is giving is true and honest. Because sometimes we get hoodwinked, and sometimes we are deceived by representatives. Sometimes we are deceived by people that represent, or they present one thing, or they say, hey, this is what I'm giving you, and they reserve who they really are. And we see a lot of effort, right? We see a lot of relationships that go on for some time and then they end abruptly. And you're just like, what happened? Well, what happened was somebody finally saw that who they were dating was not really who they wanted to be with. They fell in love with who that person presented to them and not who that person really was. So many times we are deceived by a temporary effort. Many times we are deceived by a temporary effort. And also many times we are blinded by a certain area of an individual. We're blinded by a certain area of an individual that we don't see the lack of effort. Or we're blinded by a wounded area of ourselves, right? Something is going on, or something has gone on in our lives, and that is blinding us from seeing that this individual that we are interested in isn't really giving maximum effort. But I have a question for you guys tonight that I had to ask myself. Do you believe that you deserve the maximum effort from someone else? Do you believe that? Do you believe that you deserve maximum effort from someone else? Now, I know many of us think very, very highly of ourselves. And we say, you know what? Yes, I deserve maximum effort. I deserve maximum effort from people. I deserve for people to treat me the best. I deserve for people to give me everything. I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. But then there are some people that may not answer because internally the answer may be no. They may not believe they deserve maximum effort. Sometimes you can be in a place of living in guilt and shame, and you can say, because of something I've done or because of something I've said, I don't deserve to be loved the way that I once wanted to be loved. This is what I deserve, right? And sometimes we can be so hard on ourselves, but the dating pool isn't a place for us to be hard on ourselves. See, because believe it or not, the place to be hard on yourself is outside of the dating pool. The dating pool is not the prepping place for a relationship. The dating pool is not the prepping place for a relationship. The dating pool is not the place where you prepare to date. The dating pool is not the place where you get ready to be with somebody. The dating pool is where you enter into this environment of dating, and you're supposed to be ready to engage. But the problem sometimes with many of us is we jump into this pool with all of these open wounds, and we are not ready to engage. We have 1 foot in and 1 foot out, and we treat the dating pool as the prepping place for dating, when the prepping place for dating should be you by yourself, or you in some type of therapy, or you going through some type of intervention or introspection. But the dating pool is not the prepping place. That's not the place for you to get ready to date, because those people in that pool are ready for some type of engagement, or for some people, entanglement. It depends on what E word you best relates to you. But in the dating pool, it's so many different personalities, there's so many different people, so many different desires, and so many different wants, right? It's so much happening in the dating pool. Last week we talked about discard being in the dating pool. It's so much happening in the dating pool that I personally believe the dating pool is not the prepping place. It's not the place that you go to get ready to date. The dating pool is the place where you go because you are ready to date. You are ready to engage. But many of us prematurely jump into this dating pool, and we are not ready. We're simply not ready. We jump into this dating pool, and it's just like, it's different in here. Like, these people are weird. Well, they're weird to you because you are in an environment that doesn't best suit you. So effort, right? You got to see what type of effort you are looking for, what type of effort you feel you deserve, what type of effort you feel you should get, and what type of effort are you giving? What type of effort are you giving? See, because in the dating pool, you have some people who can swim, and you have some people who can't. You have some people that just get in to chill, and you have some people that get in and they are intentional about what they are doing. How can I say this? The reason some of us do not succeed in the dating pool is not because of other people. But the reason that some of us do not succeed in the dating pool is because our effort is not there. We get upset when people disengage from us, when people disconnect from us, and we feel like we don't know why. Why are they disengaging? Why are they disconnecting? Why are they not paying me any type of attention? Why? Check your effort. Check your effort. How bad do you want what it is that you are looking for? Because the more you do, the more you want something, the more effort you'll put into receiving what it is that you want. But sometimes our effort is not the best. Our effort is not the best. And we get into this dating pool and it's just like, all right, well, I'll see what comes to me. What? So I have this question. Help me with this, y'all. Why do we feel everything has to come to us? Ladies and gentlemen alike. Why do we feel everything has to come to us? Why are we so spoiled? Help me. Somebody please. Help me please. Help me. Why are we so spoiled and we feel that everything has to come to us? Why do we feel that way? Why do we feel that the effort that we have to give has to be minimum? It has to be a minimum effort. Why do we feel that we have to give, or somebody has to come and find us? Right? We even use the scripture sometimes. He that findeth a wife findeth a good thing, which means that my husband has to find me. And you're not supposed to put in any effort? I wish I had some fellas on here, man, that could back me up. Nay says entitlement. Yeah, what are we entitled to, Nay? What are we entitled to? Why do we feel entitled? What are we entitled to? Yeah, we use that scripture sometimes. He that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. Okay. And so that is your pass, just to sit down and wait for somebody to walk past you? That's your pass? That's your pass, for you to give zero or little to no effort. No, we have to give effort. You have to be intentional about how you look. You have to be intentional about what you say. You have to be intentional about your demeanor, your attitude, how you carry yourself. You have to be intentional about what you present for people to look at. You have to be intent. Your effort has to be intentional. You can't be in this season of laziness when it comes to the dating pool. The dating pool is not a place for you to just have a floaty with a margarita in your hand. No, the dating pool is a workout. Believe it or not, the dating pool is a workout, and it requires your effort just as well as it requires the effort of other individuals. The dating pool is not the place just for you to have that floaty and soak up some sun. Because watch this. When you are in the dating pool, it is not always sunny days. Sometimes it rains when you're in the pool. Sometimes it's gloomy. So your effort when you are in this dating pool, your effort is key to you finding what it is that you want. To you finding what it is that you want. Your effort is key. Your effort is key. So effort is one thing that we have to pay attention to in this dating pool, right? Effort is is one thing that we have to pay attention to. The second thing that we must pay attention to is environment. Environment. It is important, right? It is important to know your environment at all times. At all times. Growing up in Chicago, there was this saying that people had. I'm not sure if they had it anywhere else, but I know for a fact, growing up in Chicago, it was this thing where we used to tell each other, keep your head on a swivel. Keep your head on a swivel, which means you keep 360, degree turns when it comes to knowing your environment. Pay attention to where you are. Pay attention to who's in your environment. Pay attention to your surroundings, all of that. Pay attention to your environment. What does this have to do with the dating pool, Trey? What does this have to do with dating, right? How does this correlate? How does it connect? Because sometimes many of us are searching for things in environments that are not conducive to us. That is like me going to that is like me, right, going to a country music festival and I'm blasting a totally different type of music that the people can't even relate to, the people can't even connect to. It's a different bracket. It's a different audience. And sometimes when it comes to us dating and us looking for love and us looking for different people to connect with, sometimes we get dressed and we get prepared for a different audience. We get prepared for a different audience. I was just talking to Nay, to my fiance. I was just talking to her a couple days ago, and I was telling her that some people are in the wrong environment when it comes to dating. Some people, in one environment, they can be shunned away, but in another environment, they can be highly accepted. But they grew up in one environment, and they think that specific environment is for them. They think that environment is for them, that's where they belong, that's where they should be, because that's what they're used to. But one thing that I have learned is sometimes you have to put yourself in a different bracket. You have to put yourself in a different environment to receive what it is that you want for yourself. You have to put yourself in a different environment to receive what it is that you are looking for, your heart's desires. The current position or predicament that you are in may not be for you. It may not be the environment that you should be in. It may not be the environment that is going to birth or bring forth what it is that you are looking for or what it is that you need. Maybe you are prepared for the wrong environment. Maybe if you stepped into another pool, right? This pool term. Maybe if you stepped into another pool with another level of water. Remember last week we talked about water. Water represents responsibility. Or a different crowd. Maybe you would be appreciated in that crowd. Maybe we have connected with people in environments that did not suit us. Maybe we are sometimes trying to fit into places that don't fit us. I see it all the time. Coming from Chicago, it's crazy because like growing up, being born and raised in Chicago, man. When people live in Chicago that are not from Chicago, we can sniff it out. Okay, guys? All right, that's our secret. All right, there you go. We know that most of you guys are not from Chicago. We know it. We know when you are from the south suburbs. We know when you have adopted the mannerisms. We know when you have adopted the language. We know when you have just been hanging around people and you start to act like your environment. We know it, guys. Okay, cat's out the bag. We know that many of you guys are not from Chicago. We know it. We sniff it out. There are people that I've had conversations with, and matter of fact, I'll never forget. And then we'll move on. I'll never forget. When I started college, I went to Harper College in Palatine, Illinois. Still in Illinois, but not Chicago. It's Palatine, a northwest suburb in Illinois. And I went there and I was going to school, and that's the first time I ever felt like a minority, right? And so when I got to Harper, I saw other people that looked like me. And the first thing I did was, oh man, cool. I got to connect with people that look like me. And so I said, all right, cool. I started to connect. And then one guy, he asked me, he said, man, where you from? I said, Chicago, bro. He said, bro, I can tell, man. You got the Chicago swag, man. You just, man, can't nobody touch you, man. You just got the Chicago swag. I said, okay, all right, cool, whatever. To me, it's nothing. I asked him, I said, where you from? He said, I'm from Chicago too. I said, really? And so I'm listening, as he's talking, and I sniffed it out right away. He was not from Chicago, right? Not from Chicago at all. I said, bro, where you really from, man? He said, Chicago, man. I said, what part? And he was like, oh, yeah, man, I grew up in Oakland. Strike one. That's not Chicago. That's not Chicago at all, right? He said Oakland. I knew it was a rap, right? Not Chicago. Near Chicago. Not Chicago. Not Chicago. Trey, what are you trying to say, bro? I'm simply saying that many times we try to put ourselves or force ourselves into an environment that is not conducive for us, or that doesn't fit us, or that we should not be in, not realizing that we are probably better accepted in a totally different environment. Let me just put it in your lap and just be raw and candid, right? Fellas, there are some men that see a certain type of woman on social media and they begin to lust for that woman, right? They begin to want that type of woman. And that's the type of woman that they want, and they're not budging on that type of woman. They're not budging. And whenever they see that type of woman, they in the DMs, they approaching her, whatever the case may be, they trying to get connected to that type of woman, right? Whether it's a woman with, with whatever type of woman, right, with surgery done, or a certain type of face, a Kim Kardashian type of woman, whatever type of woman, right? You want that type of woman, but it seems like that you're getting played to the left a lot. Maybe the type that you want doesn't want you. This goes for men and for women alike. Maybe you are not their type, even though they are your type. It is very possible. It is very possible to lust over or to desire something that does not want you. That doesn't want you. He didn't say pop. I can't recall. I can't recall if he said pop. But if he would have said soda, that definitely would have been a telltale. If he would have said that I'm going to the movie theater, that would have been a telltale. People from Chicago, we say I'm going to the show. That is us going to the movies. I'm going to the show. I'm going to the show. Right? What else? If he said something like tennis shoes or something like that, no, gym shoes. Yeah, right. Like those are telltale signs. If he's never had Harold's, if he doesn't know what an Italian beef is dipped with cheese, those type of things. If he's never had Flamin' Hots with meat and cheese and peppers before, that's a telltale sign that he's probably not from Chicago. His grandma lived in Chicago in a very good neighborhood at that, and he used to visit during the summer. Those people swear up and down they're from Chicago, and they're not. They're not. Nevertheless, maybe sometimes you want something or you want people that do not want you. Maybe you're in the wrong environment. Maybe you're in the wrong pool. Maybe you need to get out of that situation, that environment, and seek something else. Seek something else. Because clearly, who you want doesn't want you. Maybe that's a pill for us to swallow. Maybe that's a pill for us to swallow. And they may not want you for different reasons. Maybe they're at a different point in their lives and you just don't fit the bill. Maybe they don't see your value. Maybe you don't have enough money. Maybe you're not in a certain bracket. Whatever it is. But we can't personalize it, though. We can't personalize it. I'll never forget, man. One of my friends coming up, one of the school's cutest girls coming up. Everybody wanted her, right? Everybody wanted her. She was in our grade, but it seemed like her boyfriend was always like a grade higher or something like that. And so everybody wanted her. Everybody wanted her. And here it is. He is in love with this girl, right? He just loves her, loves her, loves her. And I said, bro, she's out of your league. Like, you're not, like, I'm not hating on you at all, bro. I believe you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. I believe that for you, bro. But wisdom also tells me that you're not going to get her. Not that I want her, but you're not going to get her, bro. I knew what type of female she was, right? Just her interactions, and I was on, I think I had some classes with her or something like that. I'm not sure. But I said, hey, bro, you're not going to get her. He approached her. She shot him down. I'm talking about hurt his feelings. Like, boy, stop. Like, one of them type of things. And he was like, man, how did you know she didn't want me? Like, how did you know she wouldn't have wanted me? I said, bro, you got to pay attention to the environments that she puts herself in. She was surrounded by a bunch of popular people. And I was nowhere near a lame in any type of level of school, right? I just was on my own time. I just stayed to myself. I talked to people. I definitely had friends, all of that. But I said, bro, that's a different type of person. She's surrounded by some of the most popular people in school. Do you really think that she's going to go for you at this point in her life? Sometimes we have to discern environments. We have to discern what I mean by discern environments. Don't just discern where you are or your status, but discern the status or the position of another person. We have to. What do I look like, right? If I was single, what do I look like going to, I don't know, some millionaire saying, hey, I want to date you. I want to be with you. First of all, they're going to think he's trying to live off of me because we're not at the same status. Nobody knows him, so I know nothing about him. I'm not going to risk everything that I have going for myself and possibly embarrass myself by being with this person. Wrong environment. Watch this. Are you preaching at school? No. Well, there was a time in 5th grade I told myself that I was going to read the whole Bible. I used to take my Bible to school every day and sit in the corner and just read my Bible. That is when I really knew. That is when I knew, okay, you're going to do some type of something in church. But yes, 5th grade, Mr. Johnson's class, James Madison Elementary School, 74th in Dorchester, Chicago, Illinois. I used to take my Bible to school every day. And I got through it in 5th grade. I got through Genesis chapter 6. And then my teacher told me, hey, you got to start bringing your Bible and focus on your work. Yeah, so there was a moment where I was trying to preach in school. He was leaving class early to bless the food and everything. No, I wasn't blessing the food at all. I was not blessing the food at all. Okay, y'all got jokes. All right. Okay. Both of y'all. No, but seriously though. I didn't lost my train of thought messing with you guys. Different environments, right? We have to discern the status of people, the status of individuals. We have to discern status. We have to discern the status of somebody. And you have to know the environment that you are in. You have to know the environment that you are in. Watch this. Sometimes when it comes to dating, right? When it comes to dating and it comes to people that are looking for relationships and looking for love and all of those things, when it comes for that, sometimes you have to, how can I say this? Sometimes you have to remove yourself, or no, let me say this. Sometimes you have to up your status in order to get what you are looking for. Sometimes you have to up your status, right? Sometimes you have to change your status, change the bracket that you are in to get what you are looking for. Now, many people will say, oh man, your standards are too high, or you just want too much, you're too needy, right? Some people will say those things. And it's not that you need to change your standards. You want what you want. You like what you like. That is fine. That's perfectly fine, right? You may want somebody that's tall, dark, and handsome. You may want someone that is short, with long hair and brown eyes. You may want someone that dresses nice, smells nice, washes up, takes care of themselves. You may want someone that wears nice shoes. You may want someone that wears glasses. Whatever your type is, whatever your desires are, keep that. That person may not be in the environment that you are in. That person may not be in your environment. That person may not be in the pool that you are in. But so many times we tell ourselves that we can change people. And we try to change the water. We try to change the pool or the people in the pool, and don't realize the simple solution could simply be, maybe I need to get out of the pool and go to another pool. A different social status. See, there was this time coming up coming up where we used to go to the pool in the summer, right? Nice days in Chicago. You want to go get in some water. You either went to the beach, to the lakefront. Well, not the beach, but we call it to the lake. You either went to the lake, got in the water at the lake, or you went to what we call the community pools, right? You go to the pool, community pool, where you can go, you can have a good time. But there was this time where I was with somebody, and we went to a different pool where you had to have a membership. And I noticed, I said, man, it's different people at this pool. There are different, it's not how it is in the city. I was in the suburbs. You had to have a membership, and you could bring in one guest. The environment was completely different. See, let me break down both environments. If you went to the lake or you went to a community pool in Chicago, and I am sure wherever you are from, whether it is California, whether it is Vegas, whatever city you are from, and you were around urban individuals, not just black people, but urban individuals, I am sure your community pool was not the best place to go for a swim. Your community pool was probably not the cleanest place to go for a swim. If you wanted to find a good fight, yes, you can go to the community pool. If you wanted to possibly hook up with some girls or some guys, you can go to the community pool. If you wanted to possibly drown because the lifeguard was not paying attention to anybody in the pool, you could probably go to the community pool. The environment was different, right? The environment was different. However, there was this one time where I went to a pool that was inside. No, excuse me. It was outside, but you had to have a membership to get in. And I said, wow, I never saw this. But that membership kept away a certain crowd of people. Maybe for us in our relationship life, in our dating life, we need to enter into certain environments that have standards. Certain environments that require something different of the people that will be in those environments. But we see on different platforms, or we see in society low standards being publicized. We see in society a lack of integrity being publicized. We see in society low self-esteem being publicized. We see these things and we feel as if those things or these things are what we should go after and what we should look for, not realizing that maybe we need some type of structure. Maybe we need to go and be a part of something, or be a part of an environment with standards, watch this, that are similar to ours. Yeah. See, dating right now is different than dating when you were in high school. Dating right now is different than dating when you were in college. Dating right now is different than dating when you were in your 20s or your 30s or whatever age you are. 5 years ago, 10 years ago, dating changes. Dating is different. Dating goes through cycles. Dating goes through shifts, right? The dating scene, it goes through shifts. Different questions are asked. Different things are required from you based upon what society presents as real. Certain things or certain people come in and out of the dating scene, or because certain people weren't available when you were dating at some specific time. Dating is different. Dating is different. The problem is when we stay the same. Think about this. If you went to a pool and that pool never changed its water, it had no filters, no water coming in. They just poured water into the pool and they never changed the water. That pool would be unsanitary, dirty, filthy. Sometimes some of the dating pools that we jump in or that we're interested in have no filters. They accept anybody. And it's like, man, you may not want to get in there, ma'am. You may not want to get in there, sir. And I'm not one to, say what you should do or what you should not do. Thankfully, I found the person that I'm going to be with and spend my life with. And I'm thankful for that. And I didn't have to go through the dating pool to find that individual. Right? Because one thing that I realized is that I can not only find love, but I can find a person to spend my life with that didn't have to come from an environment that is polluted with other people. I made that. She says you're welcome. Somebody didn't tell her that I make her life better. Tiff says, that is the dating pool. No one wants to change or make the necessary adjustments. Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, man, you get in there. Watch this, right? This just like literally hit me when Tiffany put that comment in there. The dating pool is not the place to be stubborn. The dating pool is not the place to be stubborn. That is how you end up by yourself. There's a difference between standards and stubbornness. There is a difference between standards and stubbornness. Your standards help you get to where you need to be. Stand firm on your standards. Stand firm on your standards. However, you don't have to be stubborn and stiff. Stubbornness pushes away potential options for your life. Trust me, I know. The one that I have right now, literally, like, I was telling her everything I did not want to deal with. And if she wasn't as caring and as patient as she is, she would have been gone. You're not going to tell me no so many times and I stick around. That was the place that I was in. I was stubborn. I was cold-hearted. Omarion said it best. I got an icebox where my heart used to be. Right? I was stubborn, cold-hearted, just not good for myself. Right? And so you don't have to be stubborn. There's a difference between standards and stubbornness. When you have standards, you stick by them. And you have that list and you're, okay, nope. And you're going according to what it is that you want. That's cool. But when you're stubborn, why are you even in the dating pool in some type of environment anyway? If you're going to be stubborn and stank. So at some point you have to be willing to adjust. You have to be flexible. You have to be you have to be willing to make the necessary changes. Because as I said, the dating scene changes. The dating scene changes. It changes. And so you have to shift. If that's the environment that you're going to remain in, you have to shift. You have to shift. You have to shift. You have to be current. You have to be relevant. Shameless plug. You have to be current. You have to be relevant. You cannot approach dating the same way you did in 2001 that you're looking to approach dating the same way you did in 2001 and 2003. 2023. You can't. Different times. You cannot. If you are still turned on, or if you are still looking for a woman to wear a jersey dress, this may not be the time for you to date. If you are looking for your man to, or your possible male mate to still wear bell bottoms, this may not be the time for you to date. If you are still looking for certain things emotionally from an individual that they aren't willing to give, you may need to just sit this cycle out and say, I'm going to focus on me. Or put yourself in a different environment. Nate says, I was like, oh, okay. But if I would have walked away, he would have had a tantrum. Yeah, I would have been pretty mad. Tiffany says, all I ask is for him to have all his teeth, all right? Whether he was born with them or paid for them. It sounds like you need to go to a dental conference. If all you want is just teeth, having all his teeth, just go to a dental conference, and I am pretty sure there'll be somebody there with all of their teeth. I'm certain. Dental conference, they will have all their teeth, or they'll make sure that the gentleman gets all of his teeth. Nate says friendship is extremely important too. Learn a person. Yeah, be friends with a person. Spend time with that individual. Without committing, right? Give effort, yes. But don't commit to something that you may not be ready for. But first you have to know what you are ready for and what you're not ready for. Assess your status, your environment. Status is a part of your environment. Always remember that. Status is a part of your environment. If you can assess your status and where you are, assess your heart, assess your mind, assess your emotions, all of that. Assess where you are physically, your physical shape. Because sometimes, and I'm not getting down on anybody, right? I had to check myself because I was at a place where I let this dad bod just get ridiculous. And many people probably didn't see it because my frame is slim, but I saw it every day. And I'm like, Dude, love yourself. What are you doing? What are you doing? Love yourself. Check yourself physically. Check yourself emotionally. Check yourself mentally, even spiritually. Get connected with God or whoever it is that you believe in. Yeah. And build friendships that will last. Build friendships that will last. If Nay and I did not work, my fiance and I, if my fiance and I just so happened to not work, one thing that we told each other, we want to keep our friendship. But are you mature enough to keep a friendship in spite of rejection? Are you mature enough to keep a friendship despite the results not going your way? Are you mature enough to keep a friendship after you've done something wrong? After they've done something wrong? Assess your status. Where are you? Your environment. Where are you? Where are you? Assess it. Assess it. Because honestly, sometimes we think that we are in a place higher than where we really are. And I had to tell myself, like, hey, bro, really check yourself, because where you think you are, you're not. What you think you're ready for, you're not. Tiffany says, building friendships are tough. These monkeys don't communicate beyond texting. Yeah. I mean, but also, so let me ask you this, Tiffany. Do you think you are in the right bracket? Do you think you're in the right pool? Right? Do you think you're in the right place? And secondly, have your desires been stated to a point where more than texting is desired from you? Right? Do you desire more than texting, and have you stated that? And two, do you think you're in the right environment? Do you think you're in the right place? Nay says, get an iPhone so you can send voice memos. That's the problem. Now I know now why it may be difficult for you to find that Prince Charming, that happy someone. You have an Android. Oh my goodness. Why did I not think of that? That is why. Teeth have nothing to do with it. It's not even about texting. They don't want to text because your text messages are green. That is why, Tiffany. Oh my goodness. All you have to do is get an iPhone. That's it. That is your solution. Get an iPhone. Your life will change. You will fall in love. You will get married. And you will have a bunch of babies. iPhone. That's the solution. That is the solution. Get an iPhone. And your life will change. Nothing comes good out of Android. Is there anything good in Android world? No. Not at all. And so if you find someone really, really good that has an Android, there's a glitch in the matrix. Has to be. Has to be. Nevertheless, I'm going to say this, then I'm going to let you guys go. A bunch of babies, I rebuke. That's what happens. That's what happens, right? iPhone is the place of love. Your problem is not anything wrong with you outside of you having an Android. Your messages are green. That's the problem. No, but I hope tonight helped you guys. Honestly, next week is going to be crazy, right? Next week is going to be crazy. I was going to actually teach next week's lesson tonight. However, I pushed it back 1 week because I wanted to dig on some a little more information, and so I just talked about effort and environment tonight, which is equally important, right? You have to give effort. You have to get up and be intentional about getting what it is that you want. treat dating, treat dating, treat dating as not a job, but treat it as anything else that you really, really want. Be intentional about it, right? Wake up preparing yourself every day to run into the person that will sweep you off your feet. Literally. I had to get to that place. Like, wake up every day. And I was with the person that was sweeping me off my feet, but I had to wake up and be intentional. And I had to say, today I'm willing to be swept off my feet by the right person. Literally, I had to wake up and say, I'm intentional about love. I'm intentional about managing emotions. I'm intentional about being swept off my feet. I'm intentional about being vulnerable. I had to go through these things. I had to go through these phases. I had to go through this, and I had to literally be intentional every single day because it was something that I wanted. It was something that I desired. I knew that I didn't want to be alone. I knew that. I knew I didn't want to be alone. I knew I didn't want to be in the dating pool, right? But not only did I have to speak things into existence, I had to be intentional about my effort. Because not only did I have to want it, I had to do things to make sure that what and who I wanted me. Can I provide? Can I love and take care? Can I be the priest of a home, right? Can I provide security emotionally, physically, financially, spiritually, all of those things, right? Paradise says, well, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and say that. Let's see what happens. Faith without works is dead, sister. So don't just get up and be like, X, Y, Z, yada, 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 and then sit down and say nothing. No. Do some self-care. Take care of yourself, right? Put yourself in environments, in different environments where you may find that special somebody that sweeps you off your feet. Right? Today could be for the single people, but as Nay said, even going into our marriage and our union, we have to check our status. Because even when you are intertwined, dating, engaged, married to an individual, still check your status. Check your environment. Where am I at? Am I still engaged and connected to this person? Am I still at a place where I can notice the fire burning on the inside of me for this person? Has my fire gone down a bit? Right? Check your status. Has their fire gone down a bit? If it has, why? Why is it? Why am I not getting the same response? Why am I giving the same response? All of those things. All of those things. My granny's on here. My granny says sometimes you have to move to another state, huh? The pool is not so clean where you are. If that helps, if moving to another state helps, if surrounding yourself around different people helps, then so be it. So be it. Tiffany says, I'm going to Home Depot tomorrow. The cereal aisle ain't it. I don't know. You may find a single dad in the cereal aisle getting cereal for his children. I don't know. Home Depot, there's people there too. But check your environment though. Check your environment and literally, Home Depot, they may not have all their teeth or fingernails. They may have dirty fingernails. So just see. But check your environment, guys. Check your environment. Check your effort. Right? Your effort. Check effort. Check effort. Not just your effort, but the effort of another individual. And then check your environment. What does that mean? Your surroundings and your status. Right? Check where you are. Where are you? Am I in the position to receive what I'm asking for? Am I in the position to receive what I'm asking for? If I'm looking for this millionaire boyfriend or this millionaire girlfriend, and that's what I truly want, and I feel that I deserve it, then I cannot continue to surround myself around people who are not millionaires. Regardless of how we look at it, most of the time, birds of a feather flock together. Yeah. So next week, give you guys a sneak peek. I need you guys to tune in. Really. Because I worked hard on this one. Just for you. Stubbornness can prevent you from being seen. Yes, ma'am, Granny. That is good. That is awesome. Stubbornness can prevent you from being seen. Yeah. Because guess what? Word travels. Good news and bad news. And once people find out that you're stubborn, they will write you off and not even look your way. They will write you off and not even look your way. Oh yeah. Stubbornness can prevent you from being seen. That's good, Granny. That's real good. That's my granny, y'all. That's my granny. First impression. Yeah, Peaches, what's up, lady? First impression. First impressions count. First impressions count. Literally, I remember, I'm gonna let y'all go. I promise I'm gonna let y'all go. I promise I'm gonna let y'all go. I remember I was doing something. And I was in college, and I didn't dress for whatever it was that I was doing. And I got to the event, and I was so underdressed, right? And I missed out on the opportunity simply because I didn't properly prepare, and the first impression was not what people were looking for. I think it was a job interview or a hiring event or something like that. I misunderstood the assignment completely. I got no callbacks, nothing. I was not looking professional at all. I think I just left practice or something like that. I was not looking professional. Yeah, so first impressions mean a lot. But next week, guys, real quick, and I'm going to let y'all go. I'm already 5 minutes over. Next week, matter of fact, let me go to the graphic. Y'all see this graphic, right? We talked about this graphic last week. And next week, when it comes to this dating pool, next week we're going to talk about these hands. And we're literally going to talk about, or the topic next week will be, who or what are you trying to save? Who or what are you trying to save? Have you ever been in a position where something or someone that you wanted needed saving, but they didn't want to be saved? Remember, this graphic is all about perspective. Have you ever had to pull someone, or have you ever tried to pull someone up to where you were, but they just couldn't get it together? It seemed as if you were pulling up, but they were pulling down. And you just continued to acquiesce. And then you noticed that you were going further and further and lower and lower. You were going further down and lower and lower. And then you look up and you're like, wait a minute. How did I get down here? You got down there because who you were trying to bring up was not ready to come up. We're going to talk about it next week. That's why I say this is not just for single people. This is not just for single people. This is for married people, engaged people, dating people, situationship people. I mean, I think we together. People. Well, we're not serious. We just talking. People. We together, but we really not together. People. That's my boo. People. Yeah. I mean, we text. But He do him, I do me. People. All types of people, y'all. So I need you to tell your cousins, tell your family, tell your friends, everybody to tune in next week for Relevant Conversations, Season 2, Episode 3. I thank y'all for y'all faithfulness. I thank y'all for y'all kindness. I thank you guys for being so dedicated and diligent, man, throughout this process. Y'all, in the next coming weeks, I have some major dope announcements, right, coming up with the Relevant brand. There's going to be some crazy things that we are doing, some things that I know that I haven't really seen before in my specific area of influence or just where I am in life. I haven't seen it before, but I'm checking my status and I'm putting myself in different brackets. And by me putting myself in different brackets, I'm making sure that I bring relevant content to you guys. Brethren, Armani, what's up, bro? Watch the replay, man. I think it'll help you out, brother. I think it'll help everybody, honestly. So, next week, man, tune in, guys. Tune in. Remember, only a few more weeks that we're going to go live on Facebook. I need you guys to go and subscribe to the Relevant Brands YouTube channel. All right? In a few weeks, we are going to be exclusively on YouTube. So I need you to go and catch this replay on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and press all, that you may get notified whenever we drop dope content. Before I leave you guys, I want to remind you all, as always, you are a relevant person with a relevant purpose. The world needs to know that you are here. You have something to offer the world, right? The world should know that your handprint, your fingerprint, your impact was on it, is on it. The world needs to know that you exist. Never forget that you are a relevant person with a relevant purpose. What's deep on the inside of you, other people need it. Other people need it. All right. We have a dope influence on here. I'm not sure if Peaches is still on, but Peaches is a very dope influence in the city of Chicago with youth. Since I've known her, she has had a passion for youth and young adults, and she is doing some amazing things in Chicago. I'm actually going to try to get her on an episode of Relevant Conversations. We'll see if our schedules can align and make that happen for some topics that we have coming up in the future. But Peaches, man, I admire you. You inspire me in everything that you do, and thank you for your sacrifice when it comes to youth, young adults, and people in general. Y'all, her heart is so big. She has a huge heart, one of the biggest hearts that I've ever seen in my life. And I'm thankful and honored to be connected to her. Thanks for jumping on, my sister Peaches. I appreciate you. Other than that, guys, as always, as I say, operate in love. Live in peace. I love you guys. Until next time. Deuces.